and welcome to the Knit.Love Podcast. This is episode number 11, and I'm your hostess, Stephanie, also known as Knit.Love Steph. You can find me on Instagram, Ravelry, Twitter. I think that's it, as Knit.Love Steph. If you follow me, you know that I don't normally have a lisp. Should only be for this episode. I wasn't going to record because of how embarrassing it is. I busted a tooth. Actually, backstory. I did it when I was 17. I was a klutz and was carrying a chair through a doorway. Just a second. That's a little bit better. I was carrying a chair through a doorway, and the handles on the chair hit the doorknob, and the chair came back and popped me in the mouth, busted my tooth. Like right here in the front, you can see it. I look like a hick. And around my neck of the woods, that's not so much of a bad thing. But considering this is like a podcast and everybody can see it, it's a little bit embarrassing. But you know what? I don't really care. It's a knitting podcast, so, I don't really care. I just figured, everybody's like, what happened, because a lot of people know what's gone on the past couple weeks. So they're going to be like, oh my God. And I'm going to be like, no, that didn't happen. I promise. I'm okay. Well, I was eating some M&Ms the other day, and I was trying to figure out why my mouth felt funny. Well, I guess I hit the M&M just right, and the filling cap on my tooth came off in my mouth. So I called my dentist that night, and I went in the next day, and they're like, well, we can do a cleaning. And the dentist was like, well, we can't get you in until the 28th. What? I have to look like this for 2 weeks? And I obviously have a lisp. This is highly embarrassing. I'm like, no. They're like, well, we might be able to get a cancellation. You better. This is bad. So I just figured I'd clarify this at first because, this is kind of an obvious thing here. So don't focus on this right here. Focus on the rest of the pretty me. Because, I'm a hot mess today, but I'm a hot mess today. I have a migraine and everything, and I'm looking pretty good. I'm gonna toot my own horn, I've dropped 20 pounds in 2 weeks. Actually, I checked the scale yesterday, I dropped another 3 pounds, so that medicine's doing something good for me, y'all. So it's been 2 weeks since I last recorded. I'm gonna be honest. I did an update with y'all the other day in the Rav group just because I've been that busy. My world has been crazy hectic. Look at my hands and you might be able to get a little bit of a glimpse as to why my world has been just a little bit hectic. Because this is public, I'm not going to give too many details. Feel free to hit me up on Ravelry. I'll message you guys there. I'm okay with that there. I won't give too many details here. I'm just going to say it's been crazy. And it's okay. Everything's okay. I'm okay. But yeah, there's one less person in my family right now. Well, forever, I guess technically you could say. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. It was my choice. It's just a better situation. So, because of that, it's been crazy. Paperwork at the wazoo. That and trying to get all of my medical stuff taken care of. I've been filing for disability and everything. MRIs like crazy. I went the one day just for them. The hole that they try to stick you in for that machine, it barely went around and I'm tall and I'm athletic. It barely hit my shoulders. And they knew that I was tall and everything. And they're like, well, you got to come back on Monday. And I did this on a Friday. And they're like, well, we're not going to charge you. I'm like, you better not charge me. I'm just saying. You guys knew ahead of time. And they're just like, well, So it took me like a week and a half just to get my MRIs done. Sorry. I've been so dehydrated lately because of my medication. And trying to get my medication straightened out. It's been fun. Like, it's been a lot of fun. But I'm not having the hallucinations as much. I've been able to drive. I don't drive far just because I've been taking it easy, I guess you could say. Because the bright lights do still give me the migraines and everything. And if I take my medication, I can't drive. Because it really does mess with my head. And so I really can't drive the long distances if I take my medication. So it's been a lot of fun trying to work around that and everything. So I've been forcing myself to knit and everything, and it's been an interesting 2 weeks trying to get everything done that I've needed to get done, and stressful. It's been very stressful. So there have been times when I just don't have the strength. I do. The medication just wears me out, and I don't sleep because of the medication. Some days that's all I can do is sleep. Like, so I'm lucky if I can chuck out just a couple rows on my sock. And I'm okay with that. I really am. I used to be able to, if you followed me on Instagram or anything like that, I used to be able to check out a pair of socks in a weekend. And I can't. And I had a hard time with that at first. And I had a good long chat with a friend of mine, and I was like, you know what? I've got to be okay with it, or I'm going to hate myself. And I can't hate myself because it's not my fault. I, lived with somebody who told me that it was my fault, and it's not. And so I have decided that it's not my fault. I'm going to live with it. And the best thing that I can do is work around it. And so I will force myself to actually sit there, knit a couple of rows, and be okay with it. If I can't do more than just 2 or 3 rows, then oh well. At least I did a couple, and that's the best that I can do. I mean, there's people who knit that can't even do that, and bravo to them, at least they're doing what they can. So, but at least I did some so I can show you guys, and I'm okay with that. Plus I've got some goodies, so I'm okay. Oh, and because it's the first podcast of May, which is really kind of a bummer because I was gonna, I said I was gonna do one the first week of May because of the giveaway for the October Cal, or Socktopia Cal, not October. See? My brain, it's like all over the place. But I will do that at the end because I have the giveaway bag. And I'm going to ask for some patience because with everything going on, it may take me a little bit to get it sent out just because I can't get to the post office and everything like that. So I've already done the drawing and I've already got the winner chosen. And I think I can remember the name. So if I can't remember the name, I'll post it anyway. But I've already got it picked. So just because my camera won't let me go back and forth between the screens. So just be patient with me, please. I will get it to you, I promise. I promise, I promise, I promise. I've just got a lot on my plate. I will get it to you, I promise. So I guess I will get into the knitting. I did get quite a bit done on my Hermione socks. These are in my, I won this bag in the Snibble Hive group on Ravelry. I love this bag. It's really cute. It's got a pocket on the inside and everything, and the inside is red polka dots. This is in Trekking XXL. I think the color is 532. 522. It's one of the, I don't know. I don't have a label anymore. Shame on me. This pattern is Hermione's Everyday Socks. I love this colorway. I did a modification. I'm doing the short row heel. I prefer the short row heel because of it's roomier for my foot. I don't like just personal preference for me. The last time you guys saw these, I had just finished the heel. So I was here where the marker is. That's where I was at the last time. And I did all the way up to there. So yeah, I got quite a good chunk done on these. So not a bad progress. I'm about half done with the foot on that. When I finish this sock, these will actually be put aside because I did get the other yarn from my grandmother. Oh, the yarn that came undone. Sadness. I did get the other yarn from my grandmother's socks for the crop because these socks, you guys saw the other ones from my mother. Those ones are for me, and I'm knitting some for my grandmother for the crop that we're going to in September. I want to get my grandmother's done before then. And with the rate that I'm going knitting, I could care less if I had socks. I want to make sure that my grandmother's are done. So I'm going to put mine on hold and knit hers so that at least my mom and my grandma's are done. Because I have enough socks I can wear. Sorry. I guess the one fun thing, no, this is going to be really strange, especially since I'm 24. You guys remember when you were kids and you would lose a tooth? I'm going to get a little strange on you. You would lose a tooth and you got all excited because, like, you would stick your straw in your mouth and put it in the little gap and suck your juice and milk and everything through the straw and the gap and everything. Yeah, I've been doing that. Not gonna lie. I'm strange. But yeah, that's what I've been working on that. So yeah, not too much more to go on that. And I was gonna show you the yarn. I did get the yarn from my grandmother's socks, and it's in Trekking XXL. It's in the color 552. So Google it, I guess. I can't find it anywhere. I know it's around here somewhere. My dog found a toy. I got a little distracted, and I don't know where it's at. Sorry, my phone went off, and oh, not who I thought it was. Many things. I'm still working on, and this is in one of my other favorite bags. I know I've shown this to you guys before. This is actually a bag I got in the Netherlands. I got it for €10. No, I didn't. I think I got it for €6, which at that point in time, because I was like 16, so oh my gosh, almost 10 years ago. Feeling a little old. I know, and I'm gonna have people telling me like, girl, you're not old. Tell me you're old when you're like my age. And they're gonna be like, not that much older than me. Yeah, well, I feel it. It's a Modella bag, which I don't know if that means anything. It needs a little cleaning up, but I got it for my sister and she left it behind. Which props to her. My sister's in the army. I'm not gonna say names because I don't know if I'm allowed to or not. And she went today and did something for the Wounded Warriors. She's in the army, and my sister's a rock star. She is. She's amazing. She's a soldier. She's a mother. She's a wounded warrior, and I love her to pieces. And she did a thing today with the Wounded Warriors, and I love her to death. And she posted a video today, and I cried alligator tears out of pride for her. And I know she'd probably never see this, but if she ever did, little sister, I love you to death, and I'm proud of you. I'm your biggest fan. I'm just saying. So much love right here for you. So back to the knitting. And of course, something in I was working on this while at the laundromat with my dad. I'm still working on my Elder Tree Shawl by Sylvia Bobilvia. See, I can't even pronounce words now. Excuse me. Sylvia Bobilvia. also known as Soft Sweater on Instagram. I don't know if she's there anywhere else. I'm knitting it out of Araucania Wasco. This is color number 4. This is the ball that never ends. Since you guys saw this last, I have knit 2 complete pattern repeats. We're talking, what, like maybe 8, 16, maybe 12 rows? Something like that. It's not shrinking. Which I guess is a good thing if you think about it. And it makes you wonder, because one ball of yarn, it's just like a regular hank of yarn. Like 400 and some odd yards. People use that to make a pair of socks. Shawl people. You see a pair of socks and you're like, okay, that's 400 yards. And then you see a shawl. And you don't see the correlation between the yardage in a shawl and socks. I'm not seeing the correlation, because this is it. It just looks like so much more yarn in this than a pair of socks. And I don't know if it's got something to do with the needle size or what. But it's just, it's baffling me, because, and I know it'll grow when it's blacked, but and I'm loving it. I really, really, really am. But it's growing. It's growing a lot. But I mean, you can't tell, because I had to, of course, finish it in the middle of a row. And what I'm thinking about doing, I have some of a skein of the same Araucania Wasco in brown. The pattern, it's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's based off of Sylvia's. This is the Elder Tree shawl. It's based off of her Lonely Tree shawl pattern. And it's got a garter it's got a garter ridge and a picot edging. And what I'm thinking about doing is knitting it until there's no more of the grain left, and then doing the garter ridge and the picot edging in brown. And I think it would look really good over these 2 new camisoles that I got for Easter to wear during the summer. I just think it'd be really pretty. Because it'll grow, and I hate sleeves. But I explained all that the last podcast, so if you're new, go check it out. Good stuff. I promise there's no gap tooth, I promise. And there hopefully shouldn't be a gap tooth next week. Or, well, next podcast. Last time you guys saw me, I had shown you the new Alpaca with a Twist Pheno yarn that I had gotten. Lace. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. I had cast on the Morgan shawl, which, hey, I remembered this time. Couldn't remember it last week. I got about a couple rows into it. Did not like how it was knitting up. I frogged it. I, for the life of me, cannot find a shawl that I want to knit this with. Knit with this. If any of you can think of a pattern that would look good with this, let me know. I think the problem that I'm having is a lot of the shawls are calling for such large needles. I'm not liking the way that it looks with large needles. It is such a fine. It is, because it's a lace weight, which I understand it is a lace weight, but we're talking, this is such a fine lace weight. It is almost thread. It's almost thread. And I think that's where I'm having a problem, is because I'm such a tight knitter. The big needles, it's giving me an issue with gauge. And I think what I need to do is maybe find a pattern with smaller needle sizes. I have no problem getting more yarn. I can do that. And I think that's just what the issue is. I do have another project that I'm working on, but that's a secret. I can show it when I'm done, because it's for display for a shop that I help with, and so I can show it when I'm done, which is hopefully soon. It's kind of giving me issues. It's a ruffle type shawl scarf thing. I don't know if you guys remember when there was that fad with the ruffle scarves with the yarn that was like the ribbon, and I hate that stuff. Hate it. And there's a new type of it that just came out, and I don't like it. But I got commissioned to knit something with it, so I'm doing it. So that's what I'm doing. But yeah. So I did get some new cool stuff like 2 weeks ago from a good friend of mine, the lovely Jessica. I love you. You're amazing. Known as Same Old Knit. Hello, dearie. I love you. I didn't get your package out. I thought I did. It's going out, and it's got a lot of goodies in it. As soon as I can get to the post office. I hope you can forgive me. It's got good stuff, I swear. So if you're seeing this, my friend Jessica and I are doing a private swap with each other. And it is in, she sent me the greatest little package. I don't have the card. I think the card is in my purse. I smile at it. It gives me a smile. I put it in a little bag that I'd made myself. She sent me some mini skeins. And the cutest, oh my god. Let me grab my needle so you can look at that. Do you see the amazingness that is? Can you even hear me? I'm whispering. That is an owl. That is an owl. There's like, and she sent me these mini skeins in an owl Ziploc baggie. I told my mother, I said, we need to find these because everything will be stored. Oops. An owl. Oh, here's the rest of them. Here's the rest of them. I found them. Yes, see? Right here. Right here. Tell me. These are like I don't want to drop them all over. I mean, seriously. How amazing. I mean, I don't even know. In the words of City Girls, I can't even. I can't even. What does that even mean? Can somebody explain that to me, please? It might just be because I'm from the sticks. I lived in the city once, and I never heard that, ever. I just recently found that quote, and I guess it's a thing that I can't even. But I love these. These are so. I put it on my vintage rose necklace. I have a vintage rose necklace that I had bought from Vanessa of Vintage Rose Loves, and then I took it off because I was using it, and I had to hide them because my mother wanted to take them and use them as I have a mosquito bite. Oh my gosh. No, my mom wanted to use one as a charm on a card. She scrapbooks and she wanted to use one on a charm. I had to hide them. So that's what I had to do with that. And so she sent me mini skeins, and I actually decided to try making some puffs, and then I realized that I left all of my I gotta find my fluff. And so I started making some puffs and realized I didn't have any fluff for my puff. I needed to find my fluff. And I love the yarn that she sent me. So I had cast on a puff. This is stuff I never used before. I was like, oh my god. Oh. Dancing Dog, I'm not wearing my glasses, so I can't see hardly anything. Dancing Dog Dye Works and Happy Fall, y'all. So I was like, oh my god, Dancing Dog Dye Works. I love you. I love you very much, Jessica. You made my life amazing. So before I lose anything off of that, I will put this back in my pretty little bag that my dog decided to chew up one day. I could have about killed her. Then she sent me this one. Can you see the pretty colors? This one is Lorna's Laces in 50 skeins of gray in the colorway of Christian Gray. That kind of made me want to whip out my audiobook of that one. But I'll never tell. I love the colors on this one. And a lot of, I'm dropping things. A lot of these I'd never knit with. So I got really excited. This one is Socks That Rock and My Wild Irish Girly. So I mean, look at these colors. I got so spoiled. She's so amazing. Like you don't even know. I'm like, this one is the Cyborg's Craft Room box of 96. I'm like, ah! I'll never make that sound again, I promise. I lie lots. Another Cyborg's Craft Room. This is Ishtaman. I probably butchered that. Look at that. I'm excited. I cannot wait to make my puffs, because what I'm going to do with my puffs, I have puffs made, and what I was doing with my puffs is I was making them into a seat cushion. And I was making my seat cushion for my chair for the crop, because my mom has a seat cushion, my grandma's got a seat cushion. Still not who I wanted to talk to. Long story. For the crop, but I don't, and those chairs are hard. They're uncomfortable. This is 3 Irish Girls, and You Are My Sunshine. It's so pretty. I was very blessed. And this is Sunset Stitches and a custom die called Cheshire Cat, which I've been like really obsessed with Alice in Wonderland lately. So I'm like loving it. So that is that for that. So I'm back on my puff kick. So I figure if I can't do really a whole lot of knitting, that was probably about half obnoxious, wasn't it? I figure if I can't do a whole lot of knitting, I can at least do a puff, and I mean that counts as a project, doesn't it? Puff. please. It's definitely a project. So yeah, that's what I've done. That and a whole lot of nothing. I haven't done a whole lot of spinning. I should have brought my drop spindle to show you, because last week I told you I was drop spindling, and I should have showed it to you this week. I told you guys last week that I just can't drop spindle because I don't have the function in my left hand anymore. I really don't have a whole lot of, like, I can't even support my weight for a whole lot of time on it, because like I tried doing push-ups because I wanted to try to lose a little bit more weight, and I can't. It gets weak very fast. My whole left side just goes weak fast. I haven't done a whole lot of regular spinning. I should. Who knows, maybe it'll work as a stress relief. But I guess that's it for knitting and stash enhancements and everything else. I guess you guys want to know about the greatest little bag ever. What is... I don't know. I put the pattern in there for the bag that I made. Okay, here is the prize bag for the Socktopia cow. I got a new machine, so my quality has gone up immensely. You guys can see. Look at that stitch work. I was so proud. And see, look at the handle is good. There were 17 posts. Well, 17 picture posts, so there were like 18 total, including my first post. So the winner was number 3, which was Apple's 360. I will have to recheck that. If it's not, I will correct it. But it's the 3rd picture. So if you're the 3rd picture, you've won. And I will get the bag out to you as soon as I possibly can. Alright, I promise. Please be patient with me. It's yours. So please be patient with me. I love you. And I appreciate all of you guys. We're still working on trying to get people for the round robin. Today's the 16th of May. So I guess we'll just keep sign-ups and everything open. If not, we may just do another cow. Who knows? I'm okay with anything at this point. So I guess just let me know. Give me your opinions. I've not been around much because I've been busy, but I'll try to be around a lot more often, because I got everything pretty much taken care of. So I'm a lot less busy now. Sorry, I just saw my face and was admiring myself. It's been one of those days, guys. Alright. Well, until next time, I will see you guys in the group. I should be back in 2 weeks, maybe. If I don't see you guys before then. Alrighty. Bye, guys. Happy knitting.